Alright, we are so back and we are doing Storm Eagle. Alright, so for this one I'm just going to do Storm Eagle. Obviously because there's 8 bosses, so I want this to kind of run and not run out. And I also don't want to start... oh my god. Start another Let's Play. Or finish this and still like have gaps in between, because hopefully whilst doing this, episode 9 of Northside Green will come out, and then obviously by the time we work on episode 10, this will probably be finished, and then I wouldn't even mind going and doing Mega Man X2. I am thinking for now, because I was wanting to do the Earthbound / the Mother series, but I thought, oh my god, I keep hitting the wrong thing, sorry. I just thought, you know what, for now, I just want to kind of do the Mega Man X games. I mean, Earthbound is such a long game. It's such a long game that, my god, I don't think I have the time to let alone replay it, but let alone also, let's play it. And that game early on is... No! Oh my god, our first death. Wow, I was distracted because I was talking. Sorry about that. Did we get the heart tank? I believe we did. I'm going to go and double check just to make sure. These are probably the worst enemies in this game. But, yeah. What was I saying? Earthbound, yeah, I'd love to play through. Mother 1, I actually probably think the first Mother game for the Famicom, 1989, I still think that's probably the greatest testament to what video games could have been. What video games could be, because obviously that came out, 89? And I do think it absolutely trumps, and absolutely just bitch slaps games like Metroid, Zelda, I mean, for me, again, my favourite Nintendo games, for the Super Nintendo anyway, they're not, A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, no, it's, it's Mega Man X, it's Chrono Trigger, it's Earthbound, those are my games for the Super Nintendo. Big old Lawrence, who didn't grow up with a Super Nintendo, but my mum did, and her favourite Super Nintendo game was Street Fighter, and I love Street Fighter. And again, besides I think Mega Man, Street Fighter is mentioned in Northside Green, episode 6. There we go. Yes. God, I can't stop talking about my show. It's almost like I'm proud of something. If only, right? No. Okay. But yeah, do you know what? I'm enjoying this as well. The thing is, I'm not on all the time, and when I say I'm not on, I have chronic mood swings. Man's a bit mentally ill, innit? Do you know what I'm saying, cuz? So sometimes if I do this and I'm feeling a certain way and I think, fuck it, I can document that. And when I say that, I mean, I remember watching a thing, I think, a video about Game Grumps, because I'm a massive JonTron fan. I know what people are going to say, all 0 people that will comment. But, obviously, JonTron, I get it, I know, but I grew up watching this shit, right? And I'm not one to... Oh my god, wait, hold on, how did he spawn there? I just murked him. No? Oh, he went off screen, I think that's why. Yeah, I understand there is a conversation to be had there, but what was I going to say? I remember him saying, I think, with Game Grumps, that, it's hard to be on all the time, because when you're doing this, you are, I think, which was my problem with Let's Play channels, is that you have to kind of, a bit like a news anchor, a bit like a podcast. People are not going to tune into your stuff and listen to you, be miserable. Do you know what I mean? Hold that thought, Lawrence. This capsule contains an enhancement for your helmet, which will allow you to break some ceilings with a headbutt. Okay, well, let's go get this. I expect to die at Storm Eagle because I'm not the best at Storm Eagle. The boss fight's okay. The worst is the boomerang guy. I forget his name. It's blasphemous for me to not know his name, but he is such a drag. He really is such a drag. I do not enjoy that fight at all. Spark Mandrill's okay because I just abuse Shotgun Ice. Flame Mammoth, I think, is Storm Eagle's weapon, which I think is the best weapon. Bosch power. I think is the best weapon in this game. What was I saying? Lawrence said hold the fort. Oh yeah, about Let's Players having to be on all the time. Like I I don't think I could record this and make a living off Let's Plays. I think I'd go insane. And that's why I feel. I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't make a living doing Let's Plays because I am one Mardy. Now they're Mardy Bomb. I'm one Mardy fucker. And it's why sometimes Northside Green, okay, I expect to die here, by the way. It's why Northside Green sometimes takes so long to do, because I do go through these mood swings and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. But then I sit there, I get pissed off because I'm like, well, I haven't wrote a song or poetry since April. Obviously, I'm now dedicating most of my time when it is creativity to writing Northside Green, but sometimes I get upset if I haven't written dialogue or something that day or in a week. And it's, we're not meant to be on all the time, I think. And I think my generation, there's this, I sit there and I kick myself for being 22 and not being a success. And I never went to I did go to college. I studied a course I didn't want to do, and I met like 2 really nice people in college. But I didn't go to university. I was never one to be, to confine in education. I knew whatever the fuck I was going to do in life, school wouldn't have brought me there. I haven't been to film school. I don't know anything about this stuff. And sometimes it does bother me to think, God, I'm 22 and I should be much more of a success than what I am. But then, I know people who are just starting their lives now, and that's okay. That's okay. And I think people need to realise that I know I was going to die anyway. An education and a uni degree won't how should I say, it won't advance you if you're not feeling it in yourself. Is that what I'm trying to say here? Yeah, people shouldn't compare themselves to other people. I've completely lost train of thought. I was in a rhythm there, but yeah, all I was saying was, I feel like this generation, there is this thing of you should have had a success by now, and I don't believe that. I know people that are going back to college and uni in their 40s, and that's okay. But at the same time, I have mates who sometimes sit there and go, oh man, I wish I did go to college and uni. I generally don't think there's nothing, it's not a flex. I don't think it's a flex. And that's not me disrespecting anyone that's been to university or who passed college. I am Mr. Kanye West, I am the college dropout. But I just think as long as people are content and happy, that's the way forward, in my opinion anyway. And I'm hoping Northside Green becomes a success. I really am. But I could not do Let's Plays for a living. That was my original point. I got off on a tangent. I have all these things I'd love to discuss, and I have no one to really talk to them about except my close friends. And I'm sure they're sometimes sick of the stuff I talk about. But yeah, it's nice to also kind of have a platform where I can talk, and and it's an open platform. I'm very open-minded like that, and I think one thing again about my generation and just culture now is that people can't live with each other and disagree. I have completely different political views to some of my friends, and that does not hinder our friendships at all. But I've noticed a lot of people now, they seem to live in echo chambers where you can't say certain things, you can't do certain things, you can't mention this or mention that without people getting offended, man. And it's not me like, I hate woke. Oh no! No way! No fucking way! No way! No way, bro. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna get it this time. One hit, bro. That's because I mentioned the word woke. That's why, because I hate that word. Yeah, but it's true though. You can't. I've noticed I can't talk about certain topics with friends because they're like, oh yeah. It's like, no man, shut the fuck up, okay? I don't care about people's political opinions unless they're actually genuinely like disgusting and wrong. Then that's a problem. And when people go, oh, left wing people, right wing people, end of the day, that's all divide and conquer, right? Like, that's all it is. Everyone has to be one thing or the other. It goes back to the 60s. You're a Rod, you're a mod, or a rocker. There we go. As what was it, Ringo or John Lennon said, I'm a mocker. I'm both and all. It can be like that. And I think, again, it's whose sides, I'm an Oasis fan, but I like some Blur songs, but obviously I would have picked Oasis over Blur anytime. I think anyone who would pick Blur over Oasis is off their head on drugs, like myself. But it's a divide and conquer thing, and I know it's like people just kind of like wised up, shut the fuck up, and realized, hey, actually, do you know what? They're trying to make us this way. We should actually all just stick together because there's more of us than them. But hey, do you know what? That's a conversation for another time. But yeah, I've noticed, man, I can't have certain conversations with people. I can't say, oh, hey, actually, I think this way, without people going, oh my fucking god, dude, what the fuck? That's like so evil. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just called having a different opinion. And maybe instead of mocking me, if you actually educated me on why you think that way, you may be able to change my mind. But instead, people get demonized for it, and I think it's just complete bullshit. But I think that's just the modern world that we live in now. Okay, this guy's finished. Yes, there we go. Bosh, there we go. I died twice though. That's an L for that. I can't believe I died the second time. But they say third time's a charm, right? There we go. And what can I say? I am charming, this charming man. Come on, the Smiths, 1983. What do you know about that? That's a big boy band. I absolutely love the Smiths and Morrissey. That's another thing as well. People are like, bro, what the fuck, you like Morrissey? It's like, yeah, I do. And what? Sue me. Oh, wait, you can't. Because, what the fuck are you going to sue me about? An opinion? Do you know what I mean? Wow, I have just done it again. I've not even spoke about Mega Man X. Like, I haven't even spoke about the game. I haven't spoke about how great the soundtrack is, how much I love it. I just go on, I just start rambling. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, look, sorry for rambling, but join me for the next part of Mega Man X. And it's not a let's play, it's a let's moan. That's all I seem to do.